It's an honor for me to be present at the launch of the centenary commemorative volume on India's illustrious Prime Minister, Srimati Indira Gandhi. I had the privilege to work with her in various capacities, which informed me and made me aware of her views, development priorities, and her deep and abiding commitment to the well-being of the poor and the underprivileged sections of our society. She was born in a family of freedom fighters. As a child, she closely witnessed the freedom struggle transformed into the biggest mass movement in the annals of human history. She was an active participant who, inspired by Mahatma Gandhi and her illustrious father Jawaharlal Nehru's courage and determination, was passionate about India's freedom and the right of Indian people to live with dignity. Indira ji worked closely with Jawaharlal Nehru and also shared a privileged relationship with Mahatma Gandhi. She observed the defining phase of the freedom movement, the aftermath of partition, the bloodshed and forced migration of tens of millions of people in the wake of partition, and the assassination of Mahatma Gandhi. Indira ji was a close observer of Nehru's vision of India as the foundations were laid for building India into a modern state and secular democracy. Indira ji took charge as Prime Minister at a time when India was economically most vulnerable. 2 wars in 3 years, China 1962 and Pakistan 1965, had considerably affected our economy. The challenge was aggravated by 2 successive monsoon failures in 1965 and 1966. India was then critically dependent on America for food aid. She took upon herself the challenge to make India self-reliant in food with grit and determination, surprising and silencing her opponents who had questioned her ability to face challenges that appeared insurmountable. Indira ji was quick to realize that for India to maintain a sovereign and independent policy in our external relations, it cannot remain weak and dependent on rich countries for food and economic aid. She vigorously pushed the Green Revolution. Indira ji made self-reliant and Indira ji made us self-reliant and secured the right to determine our path of autonomous growth and economic development. Ladies and gentlemen, it is equally important to recall that independent India inherited an economy which was ravaged by centuries of colonial rule and neglect. A large majority of our people were pushed into abject poverty and denied access to adequate amount of food, health care, and education. Rebuilding this economy and lifting tens of millions out of poverty was a daunting challenge. Indira ji accepted this challenge. She had compassion for the poor and the marginalized, the tribals and the scheduled castes. Indira ji gave a clarion call, Garibi Hatao, and announced a radical economic and social development program to implement it. She pursued Nehruji's economic objectives with vigor and strengthened the public sector. Indira ji was probably one of the earliest leaders of the world who realized the need to create awareness all round to the protection of the environment.